I'm Charlie Anderson, and what I'm going to do today is I'm going to teach you how to take that turkey you harvested this spring and take it from field to table. Now, today we're going to show you how to make turkey jerky. That's one of my favorites, especially in the fall time while you're hunting. You can actually take that turkey jerky with you and enjoy it in the field. Now, when you harvested this turkey in the fall time or in the spring, and it's been sitting in your freezer for a few months, you're going to pull that bird out. It's okay if it's a little bit crystally yet, it's easier to slice. But when you take that bird out of that package and you lay it out on your cutting board, you're going to want to cut off and trim all that little yellow fat. Look for any feathers, look for any BB holes that went into your turkey. Because the worst thing you want to do is pick up that piece of turkey jerky and all of a sudden you bite on that BB and now you got to do a new tooth. Now when you got this wild turkey and you lay this breast out on the board, what you're going to do is you're going to find that there's multiple angles of meat in this breast. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your knife, because you're going to want to cut all your jerky across grain, not with grain. So what I'm going to do is square this up and take off the different grain that goes in a different direction so I can square that up later. And even this little thin tip, I'm just going to square that up and then set that off to the side. Now you got a nice, perfectly square turkey breast that you can go cross grain with. Now when you're cutting this turkey jerky, we squared it up perfectly. You got all the grains running the exact same way. What you're going to do is you're going to flip over this turkey, look at the grains, and I like to cut my turkey about an 1/8 inch to a 1/4 inch. And it's alright, it doesn't have to be exactly perfect. I actually like it better if I don't put it through a meat slicer and I cut it by hand, because then I get all these nice little variations. Some's a little thicker, some's a little thinner. But you're going to want to cut it nice, cross grain, so it's easy to chew. See how when I'm cutting that and the knife goes through it, it just peels right over like it just wants to come apart. That makes easy to chew jerky. Now that we have our jerky perfectly cut to your liking, now we're going to add our seasoning. Nice thing about doing your own custom turkey jerky is we're actually doing a 10-pound batch today, but after we actually cut and trimmed it all up, we actually came out with 9.5 pounds. Now we're using the Ultimate Teriyaki by the Seasoned Butcher, and I really am a big, strong teriyaki fan. So to me, I don't really care if I only have 9 pounds or 9.5 pounds of meat, because I really like the strong flavor. Now, right away off, when you start making this, try to make it right to what it says for the pounds per batch, because then that's your baseline to see whether you want it stronger or if you want less seasoning. If you want it stronger, just take down the pounds per meat. Only make it at 8 pounds or 7 pounds if you're making a 10-pound batch technically. So then it has a little more flavor to it. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take the Ultimate Teriyaki with the cure, and we're going to add this right into our 1/8 inch, 1/4 inch slices of turkey. Now what I like to do, believe it or not, is just add half the seasoning at once. Oh, that's not quite half yet. And ooh, she's a little strong. Then add a cup. Oh, really strong. Oh, that was a little strong. I had to go get myself a little drink. I got half the packet of the actual jerky seasoning on my turkey right now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add 1 cup of water what this water does is it actually soaks right into the meat, and I believe when this meat sucks it up, it actually increases the flavor of your jerky. I put just a little bit more seasoning. Now I'm going to work this all together. I'm going to try to coat every piece of turkey evenly. Smells good. Now this is the ultimate teriyaki from the Seasoned Butcher. This is actually my favorite out of all of ours. Now that you got half that seasoning mixed up, now I'm going to add the other half with the cure. So I'm going to cut the rest of this bag open, and I'm going to add the seasoning and the cure into the jerky. There goes the other half of the seasoning. Here comes my pink cure. Cure is what makes jerky last for the long haul. Oh, a little strong. Now what I'm going to do is mix the rest of this in. Wow. Definitely teriyaki. Now, oh, excuse me. After this is mixed up, I'm actually going to put it in an ice cream bucket. I'm going to seal it. I'm going to refrigerate it for 24 to 36 hours. Now what we're going to do, since we got all of our seasoning in, the best way that I found to actually keep the jerky is I put it in an ice cream bucket and I just throw it in the fridge. Everybody likes to eat a little ice cream, save the bucket, put your jerky in it, put the lid on it, and it works really well. There. Now we're ready to start marinating. Now when you lay this out on your dehydrator, you want to keep good spacing in between your jerky so the air can flow through it. If you have it too tight, it's going to dry unevenly and you're going to have some not done and some overdone. I'm going to set my dehydrator for 155 degrees, and mine actually comes with a little timer. 8 hours and 15 minutes at 155 degrees seems to be the way I like the jerky. So then you perfectly set it on your tray, nice and spaced out. And take a look at that, folks. Doesn't that look beautiful? Hey everybody, welcome back. Well, it's the next morning here. We've had this turkey jerky on for a good 8 hours and 15 minutes. I let it sit for about 45 minutes inside the dehydrator just to cool down itself. So what you're going to do next is you're going to pull this nice scrumptious jerky right off the racks. I like to put it in a 1 gallon Ziploc bag. You might find that's a little tough out of the get-go, but what I do is I put it in the refrigerator overnight one day and it softens it up. So if you have any more questions, comments, whatever you got, feel free to come to our website, theseasonedbutcher.com. You can go there and we will reply as soon as we can about any questions you have about making jerky. So if you like what you see, subscribe to the channel and you can see more how-tos.